Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Thursday Night Mini Healing. I'm Summer Avalon, and tonight is going to be a great night, especially since Joan is here, because Joan used to be such a regular, but has ended up having conflicts. And so tonight she is here. Yay! And Mary's here. Yay! So, of course, I have my little furball gang here. So I have Dexter over here under the covers, so I'm not going to interrupt him, but Duncan, he's always sort of like right there. Yes. So it's going to be a good night. And Rudy is here too, but can't get too close to the dogs. He wants his own space. But Duncan especially likes to be right here. But just so you know, my little dogs are now healer dogs because they both have been attuned to Karuna Reiki. Yes. We'll have to work on that calm. I wondered if your post was about you after you had mentioned that. So I hoping it all falls into place. Hi, Emery. For my Reiki people here that were not at the last Reiki share, in the private Facebook group, there is a meditation experience I want you to do that helps with anxiety and stress. So that's specifically for you Reiki people. Okay. So do it more than once. And there is Donna. Welcome, Donna. I hope you are well. So I'm looking at my book, the book that holds all from our Thursday night stuff. And even when for a while I was doing more days. So, and I sort of like that. But for now, we're going to stick to 1 day a week until I figure it out. But would you believe today is show number 124? So it's like, that's pretty cool. So I'm starting to write down. December 1st, though, it's like crazy. Although we have snow on the ground here. So I'm not loving that. But, I guess it has to come someday, right? If you live where I do. So we'll see. It's my goal not to be here by the end of December, but so far I have no clue how that's going to happen, but I'm working on it. We shall see. So that's me telling the universe out loud that that's what I really want. So anyway, yeah, sometimes if you've got this deep, dark desire, I think it helps to verbalize it a bit to others. So we shall see. But if I'm here like the third week of January, which is typically the coldest week of the year, and it's like usually it's definitely below zero, you are definitely on the right show tonight, sissy. So good job. Yeah, usually I put that in the header, and I did not this week. Sorry about that, but you did good getting here. So wonderful. And you've got perfect timing because in a minute or so, we are going to be doing our first healing pulse. So, yes. Well, I'm glad you showed up, Donna. So that's where you're going to want to focus that first healing pulse, is wherever you're feeling the stress. So, yes, there's a number of you that are super stressed. So, when we do this first healing pulse, where are you feeling that stress? So, that's where you want to direct the energy to. So, are you ready? All right. So, Actually, let me make some quick notes. So Donna needs to de-stress. Anne Marie needs to work on exhaustion. That's not good, Anne Marie. I'm just going to make sure I didn't. So Joan, do you want to work on calm or do you want to work on something else? Okay, and Sissy wants to work on procrastination. Okay, so let's start our first healing pulse. So rub your hands together. If you have somewhere physical to draw the energy to, place your hands exactly where you need to. If it's something emotional or about stress, you need to put your hands where you feel that. And so once you get your hands placed, I want you to imagine my hands on yours. And then most importantly, I want you to be open and allowing the energy to flow, the healing to happen. And just breathe in that deeply. As the energy flows in, imagine sort of like a cooling wave that takes the stress down just a notch. And the deeper you breathe in and out, the more it helps. So as you're breathing in, the deeper the healing goes, but as you're breathing out, you are releasing what is holding things in place. Imagine this taking like a huge weight off your shoulders. Okay, that was our first healing pulse. All right, so Joan, we've got you work down for the new rental place to accept you. Mary, addiction to sugar, that's not an easy one. That is my issue. All right, so I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. So I got Donna, Anne Marie, Sissy, Joan, and Mary. All right, let's get started. So I haven't decided what list I'm going to use. Let's see, are we going to do this one? No. Okay, we're going to use this one. This is called Emotions, Sensations, and Behaviors. And sometimes it's got some odd things on here, but every once in a while we need something odd to come up, right? Something that it doesn't come up any other way. So I'm going to work on Donna first. Donna is trying to de-stress. So the first one is a word. I don't know what it is. It's called trifles. I think I've maybe heard it once, but I don't really know what that is. Let's see. A thing of little value or importance, a small amount of something. So does that mean, so it could be taken a few different ways. Do you spend your time or money or thoughts on something of little value? Does it take away from what you're doing? Is that why you're distressed? Because you're not focusing on things of greater value? I'm let me know, Donna, as I ramble on about potential meanings, what that might mean. But I'm going to release it because the universe knows exactly what it means. All right, so releasing and removing trifle for Donna. And then there's Leslie. So Leslie's mom is in the hospital. She had a stroke. So we will be sending prayers and healing energy to you and your mom, Leslie, and your whole family, okay? But I'll put you on the list for your breathing work. So I know stress can sometimes make things worse. So I'm hoping that isn't the case with you. All right, so Anne Marie wants to work on exhaustion. And it says the word closed. So let me get an age and let's see if that rings a bell with you. Around 18. So is this like a person? Place? Oh, I get a place. Anne Marie, you'll have to see. Let me know if something comes to mind, but I'm going to release that. Somehow that's playing a role in you being so tired. All right, Sissy is next with procrastination. Sissy, you got the word obsessed. Let me get an age. We'll see if it matches up. Around age 28, was there something that you couldn't get out of your head? Something or someone that you were just really super focused on? So let's release this. Somehow that's playing a role. That obsession, those thoughts. So that did release. Joan is next. Joan is working on moving because her home has mold and it's affecting her health. So the sooner she can find and be accepted by a really nice rental, the better. So I'm just going to, because I am getting there's something we can do with the energy to help. So let's just see what that is. Anger. Let's see. Oh, Sissy, I guess that would make sense. So I imagine that was quite distracting for you. So hopefully you'll notice the procrastination easing somewhat because that piece of it has been released. And now with Joan's got anger. So let me see what age that was and see if that makes sense. Around age 8. So did that have something to do with a move there too? Yeah. Something about moving and anger. Let's get rid of that, Joan. So that did release. All right. So Mary Mary wants to work on getting rid of her addiction to sugar. And let's see if we can help her a bit with that. Sorrow. Let me get an age. Wow, Joan. It's like I'm psychic tonight, huh? That's a little crazy. That was just a guess, but yeah. So there's some type of energy from when you were a little kid, about 8, from when you moved. So, and Joan is a Reiki healer. So work on sending energy to that little girl. Okay, Joan? You know what to do. All right. So Mary, I need to get an age because you've got sorrow somehow tied to sugar. So I don't know if when you're experiencing sorrow, if that's sort of like your go-to comfort food is, sweets. Let me get an age. Around 13, Mary. So, and I know I've said this before, but ages are the hardest thing. So somewhere within plus or minus a year. So with Mary for sorrow, it's 12, 13, 14, somewhere in there. So there's something that happened in there that is contributing to sorrow and addiction and sugar. So let's release that. All right, so that released. We've got Leslie next. So let's see. So Leslie's got some breathing issues. I'm getting self-abuse, Leslie. Let me get an age. Just one moment, Anne-Marie. I will get yours because it's not just an obvious thing. That would make sense, Mary, a sense of loss. $26, Leslie. So let's release that. Somehow that's playing a role with your breathing. Okay, so that released. All right, so Anne-Marie, I got one word that is not the most helpful, but I'm hoping with the age I got that it'll make sense to you. But, as I've said in other weeks, not everything is an exact link or it doesn't always make sense. But I've learned just to trust that somehow this is playing a role. And so, Anne-Marie, it just is the word closed, but it's around the word 18. So somewhere 17, 18, 19, closed. So I think of closed, is this like a business, a location, or is this a period of your life, like your high school years closed or ended? So I'm trying to think of other options that might have played a big role in becoming like a trapped emotion for you for this. Let them go, Leslie, because otherwise they'll just keep on. All right. So, and Maria, I'm not sure if that makes sense. So that's sort of my impression, but let me know. All right, so let's see. And if anyone else has not put anything, oh, well, that's cool that that sort of made sense to you. So I did release that for you, but especially with exhaustion, usually it's not just one thing, but it's multiple things that have piled up. So we'll keep working on it. So we've got a bit of time. I think I'm going to do another round with this. So that way everybody gets 2 things released, okay? All right, so going back to Donna, because Donna's working on some stress things. I think I'm going to get a different list, though. Let's see what list I'm going to use for the second round. Okay, we're going to use my discordant energy chart. All right, so let's see. So Donna, I've got envy. Let me get an age. Around age 26. And I'm getting it was, you envied someone, female, but somehow that energy, envy is, I think it's a legitimate emotion. But this was not, this was a deeper envy that was negative. So let's get rid of this. Somehow that little energy from that long ago still affects you. So let's release that. All right, so that did release. Anne Marie, we're going back to you for your exhaustion. And this one is hate of life. Got other tools that call it a little differently, but I think sometimes the difference in the wording is important. So let me get an age. '19, Anne-Marie. Hate of life. Let's get rid of that. All right, so that released again. All right. Sissy. Procrastination. Self-punishment. So very similar to self-abuse. So you sort of beat yourself up. Let's get an age for this. 29. So let's release that. I'm really sorry, Anne-Marie. So let me just do this. All right. Okay. I wrote that down for you, Anne-Marie. Okay. So Sissy had self-punishment around 29. So that's been released. Joan is looking into easily moving into a very nice rental. Let's see what comes up. Irritability, Joan. Let's get an age. I'm getting this as current. And I think it's because, so you're stuck in a vicious cycle. That house you live in is causing the irritability, but yet you can't get out because of the house right now, because you don't have a place to go. So it's like a vicious cycle. So let's see if we can reduce the irritability a little to get out of that cycle. Okay, I'm getting that did release. Hopefully that will help you feel more hopeful and lighter. All right, Mary, you are next. Mary wants to work on sugar addictions. Guilt. Let's see what age. Oh, my computer is not showing me. All right, so Anne Marie, I wrote down what your thing was, and it didn't show up. Probably operator error, right? Anne Marie had hate of life, age 19. Let's see if this works now. There, finally that came up, I think. Oh, now it's listed twice. Yes, they're in technical irritations. Just fun. All right, so Mary had guilt. Let's get an age for Mary. 18, Mary. So somewhere 17, 18, 19. So let's release that. So that released. And Leslie wants to work on breathing. So let's see what we're going to do for that. Complaining. Let's see what age this was at. Well, good, Mary. Now it'll be one less thing that's adding to it. Round age 12, Leslie. So just a wee one. So let's get rid of that. So it's releasing. All right, let's do our next healing pulse. So with this, I want you to think about where you want to receive the energy. Rub your hands together until they are warm. Place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. And Leslie, if you're listening, just know this one I'm going to send to all of you, but I'm also sending to your whole family, plus everyone that's watching this. So I'm sort of putting your family in a bubble and sending it to them. And this way, if there's someone that doesn't want it, their higher self can just say no. But if they do want it, they can just accept it and bring it in. So just imagine my hands on yours or on the bubble and just breathe in that energy. Just breathe that in. Imagine it going exactly to where it needs to go. Open and allowing. Okay, so that was our second healing pulse. So I think I'll do my little commercial. So if you haven't been much on Facebook, I have posted a holiday sale, which goes after the holiday, because I find that oftentimes in January, I'm really busy with people who didn't take good care of themselves in the fall. And after Christmas, they realize they need to get back to making themselves a priority. So January, I'm usually pretty busy with people who have bought sessions for themselves. In December, oftentimes I'm busy with Christmas gifts that people are purchasing. So with my holiday sale, I've got a special where for $99, someone can get an hour-long holistic healing session either in person or through Zoom or Facebook video. And for $99, you'll get an hour session, plus you'll get a pet session. And usually the pet session I do by email in advance. That way you have time to think about it. And then after your personal session is over, then if you have questions, we can talk about your pet session. So that's $99. Or if you buy a 3-session package, you'll automatically get a free pet session, just because I know many of you have pets. So also I'm giving a special for the hypnosis. So if you have not had a hypnosis session, the regular price is $299. And part of that is because it takes quite a number of hours. Usually an interview goes an hour to an hour and a half. And then the session goes anywhere between 2 hours and 3.5 hours. So it's quite time consuming for both of us. And so the regular price is $299, and then there's a $50 off offering. Or if you have had that initial hypnosis session, I'm offering follow-up hypnosis sessions for regular prices $199, and there's $50 off of that. And part of the reason for that is I think people don't always know what to expect. And so after their first session, they realize, oh, I want to know more about this, this, and this. And it can be really even more helpful, because now you know exactly what type of information you can receive and where you would want to direct your questions. Whereas sometimes the first time you just don't know. And if you have any questions about that specifically, let me know. I'm probably going to be doing more posting about anonymous things that have come up during hypnosis sessions, because everyone's session is so different and it's just really interesting and fun, some of the things that come up. So I'll tell you something personal about my session that came up. So this was actually my mentor. I was practicing on her. So I put her under, she's from South Africa. And she is the type of person that she loves mentoring and teaching and helping. And so I had her under, we were going through things. And at some point she asked if there was something that she could do to help me. And it had come up that there is someone, me in the future, my name is Saul. And I guess I'm a big burly guy, who is quite intuitive and gifted and very funny. But he has quite the sense of humor. And so I have another mentor who is very intuitive, and we were going to chat one day. And the first thing she says to me when we go to chat is, Saul came to visit me. He was telling me that if ever I need to get a hold of him, I just need to dial 1-800-CALL Saul. And just, I mean, you can't make that stuff up. Just a hilarious kind of thing. So not everybody has such funny experiences, but that was one of my sort of fun things. So next, let's do, I think I want to do, let's do a couple group things, and then we'll do positive emotions, okay? So let me get my group list. So yeah, 1-800-CALL Saul. Sometimes I wish that worked. I really just want to talk to him. All right, so for group stuff, I am flawed comes up. Let me see what percent of you have this. 45%. So that's good because it seems like lately most of the numbers are. I did not try it, Mary. Yeah, I really didn't think it would work. I am inadequate. Okay, so let's see. What percent have I am inadequate? 60%. So let's get rid of both of those. Oh, I've tried Mary. So far, I don't hear anything back. We do have conversations, but it's not as direct as I would like. All right, so I am flawed. I am inadequate have been released. So if you would like 2 positive emotions, put the number 2 in the chat. Someday, Mary, I will. All right, so Anne Marie. So, and for those of you who have trouble hearing me sometimes, I am working on getting a different internet provider, but the company I want to switch to does not have availability currently in my area. But I'm told I'm supposed to check every day, which I generally do. So fingers crossed that that works out. And soon. All right, so Anne Marie, let's see what comes up for you. Pleasant and rooted. Anne Marie, I really like the rooted one. Especially knowing where you live. It's hard to be rooted this time of year. All right, so Mary, you are next. Anyone else If you would like a couple positive emotions, put a 2 in the comments. Mary, I like yours. You got open-hearted and rewarded. Nice. Yes, I like those too, Anne Marie. All right. So, anyone else? Do you have? Sorry. Do you have? Wow, I'm very distracted tonight. Sorry about that. If anyone else has any positive emotions they would like to receive, just put a 2 in the comments. Otherwise, we will be moving right along. So going back to the 1-800 Call Saul, that is from a TV show. Something like that. That's what somebody told me. You are very welcome, Mary. So let me just look and see. So we did brain balancing 3 weeks ago. Oh, there's Sissy. All right, Sissy, let me get you a couple. Thoughtful and popular, Sissy. Those are nice. Maybe, Mary. I'll have to see. So I think tonight, should we do brain balancing? Oh, I know what I wanted to do. So I think I've mentioned, at least in one show, that I had signed up for this subscription through Hay House for cards. And so it's once like every 3 months. So you're supposed to get 3 decks of Oracle cards. Well, this month I'm not too happy with them because they sent me 2 decks of Oracle cards, and then they sent me a book that I really wasn't. It's one of those blank books that you just write in, and I really didn't want it, but you don't have a choice. So, but this is one of the decks. So it's Raise Your Vibration Oracle. And so I was going to draw a card for this. So I've just done this once using this deck when I first got it. And my first card I got was Choose Kindness. So I thought that was sort of a nice one. Okay. Gonna choose. Oh, this is nice. All right, so this is sort of our encouragement card for tonight. Where there's a will, there's a way. So remember at the beginning of the show when I said I want to go south this winter? Here is my sort of nudge to push me right along. How many of you have something that you want that you need a nudge for? Here's your nudge. Okay? Where there's a will, there's a way. So think about, so even the things that you worked on tonight, like Mary, sugar addictions. Well, I've done it. It's hard, but cold turkey eventually takes it away. But it's hard. So where there's a will, there's a way. Definitely. And I know some of you, Joan, I can see you moving. Imagine it, feel it, be the change. So, and your Facebook post, I think if you tweak that to let people know it was you looking, not one of your clients, you'd probably get people really wanting to help. Yes, because I wasn't sure if it was you or if you were looking for your client. And if I'd been in the area and knew it was you, I would probably be, friends of friends of friends asking. So just know. 2 patios. Oh, nice. Wow. So you found the place. It's just best that you just need it approved. Cool. All right. So let's everyone just send happy thoughts to Joan. And a huge garage. Oh, nice, nice. It sounds wonderful and perfect for you. 2 patios with room for all your animals. Does that mean you'll have to get more dogs? Okay. Let's get back on track, I guess, right? But so think about that, though. Where there's a will, there's a way. Okay. So let's do the aura strengthening. And then let me just see. And then I think we'll pull another card too. Yeah, we'll do that. Just because it's sort of fun. And all of these are they're oracle cards. They're not tarot. I'm not good at tarot because I haven't memorized all the different meanings for each card. So let's do the aura strengthening. So rub your hands together. And then start sending energy. And for those of you who do not have energy healing in your background, I want you to experiment. So with me, I feel the most when my hands are like this. But I was chastised a few weeks ago because my fingers had space between them. So experiment. Do you do better like this or like this? With me, I'm pretty flexible. So I just do what works best for me. But play around with it. See where you feel the most energy coming out of your hands, which way. Because I'm of the mind that there is no one perfect way for everyone. So just breathe it out. Imagine your aura getting stronger, thicker, more protective. And if you run into people who are rather negative on a regular basis, imagine that you're going to throw some reflection in what you're sending to your aura so that when someone can see your aura, it reflects them back. But no, most people can't see your aura, but the energy especially negative energy, will bounce back at them. Okay. So that was aura strengthening for tonight. Let me just write down our where there's a will. Let's see what comes up with the other one. So these are by a gal named Melanie Beckler. She has a YouTube channel. And I like her stuff. And she just seems really honest and sincere. So I'm not sure if I'm going to continue to do the Hay House thing because I didn't like that they sent me a book when I was expecting 3 sets of Oracle cards for $40. And so it was 2 and a book I didn't want. So I'm like, yeah. The surprise of it is fun, but the cost of it for the last package, I didn't think it wasn't worth it for me. I would have rather had the $40 to spend on something else. Ooh, what is this? Oh, this is a good one. And this is a really good reminder. All right, so this is Call on Your Angels. And do you know why that this is important? So your angels have instruction that they cannot interfere unless they have your permission. There are a few exceptions, like if you are in grave danger, they can come in and help save you. But unless you ask for their help, they just are there sort of as bystanders, trying to support you in your decisions. But if you ask them for help, they will do all they can to help you. But here's a word of advice too. Don't send conflicting messages. So if you ask for something different every day, are there conflicts in the messages? So, because if they're working on a request from Tuesday and then Thursday you give a request that conflicts, just be aware. So Hay House has a subscription where every 3 months they'll send you 3 decks of cards, of Oracle cards. So far I haven't gotten any tarot cards. So these are, so this Melanie Beckler one is not one that is from them. But so this was 3 months ago. Animal Apothecary. These are quite unique and have some very unique messages. Well, we'll have to compare if we got the same decks, Joan. And then this is from, this is another Melanie Beckler. And this one I like because, so she did it all in black and white, but you can color them. So I think I bought this as a set from her. The animal one is cool. And this was from their thing 3 months ago. But Hay House, oftentimes they have sales where every, 3 or 6 months, they have decks for $9.99. And so if you just wait for a sale, hopefully the deck that you want is on sale for $10. So, and then this one, I think this one was from 3 months ago too. This is Energy and Spirit Oracle. And I really like this because especially with me doing energy work, this is quite special. So yeah, very nice. So so this was my last card from Energy and Spirit Oracle, and it's just so pretty. This is the Freedom card, and it says moving on and letting go. So I'm like, okay, I'm ready to move. Energy and Spirit Oracle card. So, Mary, especially with you being local, if you ever want to look at my cards, and I know you've got lots of cards too, we should probably get together and look at cards just because it's fun. So, yeah. But on that note, I hope everybody has a good weekend. It is nice to see everyone. And let me know if you want to buy any Christmas gifts for people. Or if you have any questions. And if you've got someone new that just isn't sure this is the right thing, you know, I do free 15-minute consultations. So just have them reach out to me and we'll set up something. So I want everyone to have a good night. Bye, Donna. Bye, Mary. Bye, Joan. Thank you. Thank you. Have a fabulous night. Bye.